How's it going, everybody? Phanteks sent out to me a case and some goodies that they wanted me to unbox and review. Today we're actually just going to do the case. This is the Evolv X2. This is their newly released Evolv case. It's got 3 panels of glass and it's actually a really cool looking case. So let's go ahead and get into this box and get it out. That way I can show you everything about it. Alright, fresh opening of the box. Like I mentioned in my last video, I wanted to start doing more case unboxings and just more product reviews and things of that nature. So instead of just doing all builds all the time, sometimes it's nice to just mix it up. But let's get this out. As you can look inside there, the case is wrapped in a bag as well as some really nice foam. That's one thing, Phanteks is actually pretty good about is their packing foam that they use for their cases. Let's see if I can get this box off without hitting my light right there. Okay. Alright, so this is, like I said, it's got the nice foam in it for the packing. It's got this nice little bag here. Let's see. They also put some cardboard on the bottom there. Then these nice little cardboard slats just right on the sides. So this is going to be the top of it. And this is going to be the bottom. So let's see if I can... There we go. Alright. Let me grab my Lazy Susan here. That way it's a little easier to rotate this case around. You guys ready? Oop. Get a nice little look at the back there. Alright, so there is the case. As you can see, it's got 3 glass panels on it. That way you can actually see everything. They are tinted, so seeing things might be a little difficult on this back panel here, but it is a really cool case. So let me move this to the side and then I'll show you what's inside the actual accessory box. Alright, getting into the accessory box here, you are going to be getting the Evolv X2 manual, which it does have some really nice illustrations. That way it just shows you how to put everything inside of this case. One thing Phanteks has always been known for is their actual accessory box that they put all their screws in. This is a really awesome feature, and I wish a lot more case companies actually did this. Got your zip ties for cable management, as well as your JST RGB adapters. That way you can plug the case for the RGB. It does have some LED strips on it. Little tension for RMA warranty flyer. And then finally you get a nice little microfiber cloth for cleaning off the glass and everything, which very nice touch. Put that all back in the accessories box. Now let's get into the case. Alright, as per the glass, it says we need to remove the top panel first, so I'm going to start by doing that. Completely toolless, no screws needed there. And then it looks like on the top here, there is some screws that are for shipping screws. That way the glass doesn't fall out. Very nice touch. So let's get those screws out. There's one on each side as well. So alright, let's get this glass off. There we go. Heavy, very heavy, holy cow. Alright, so there is the inside of your motherboard tray there. The top radiator fan piece is removable, so let's go ahead and get that out. Undo this thumb screw that's up here, slide it back, and the whole cage comes out. Next up, we're going to do this back panel glass. Again, very thick, very heavy glass. Very nice to see. Don't know the actual dimensions on the glass, but I can tell you it's very thick. All right. So motherboard tray has this nice little cover for it. So for those of you that are super into our cable management, this is just a cover for you, and it can be easily removed just by sliding this back, and it opens up. It is hinged, so it does come off. And as you can see from the case, it does support the rear connect motherboards. So your MSI Project Zeros, your Gigabyte Stels, and your Asus BTFs, this case will support those. SSD tray that is removable off the back wall. We have a nice adjustable graphics card holder. So just loosen up the screws in the back, and that way this thing just moves up and down. Do that now. There we go. It can go up, down, and then it also has another screw hole of adjustment that you can remove one of the screws to move it down. As far as the RGB goes, it is a pin pad, and then on the top of the case, right here, you have the RGB pins. In terms of the bottom tray, you can see right in there, you remove the thumb screw that's in the back where the I/O plates are. Slide it forward, and the whole thing comes out. This bottom tray can house 3 120mm fans. The top for the AIO can house a 360mm AIO. Custom cooling in this case is possible, but not for the bottom in terms of a radiator. Mainly for the top, as long as you can get one that is thick enough to fit inside of here, much like an AIO. The rear fan port is a 120mm. It's got the specific screw holes for that. You access the rear screws there. The PCIe slots have a plastic cover that go in front of them, so that way you can access them. Your power supply cage down here can house all the way up to a full-size ATX, and like I said, this case does support the rear connect motherboards. If you guys are wanting to run more than just the 3 SSDs that you can run on the back plate here, you just remove this little panel back here, and that accesses the cage, which is held in by a thumb screw. Captive thumb screw at that. And you can now house more of your hard drives or your 2.5s. Your 2.5s can go up top, and your hard drive can go right in the front there. In terms of your front I/O, you've got 2 USB 3.0, a USB Type-C, and a combination headphone microphone jack. In your top panel, you have your power button and your reset button. As far as fan filters go, you have one on the bottom here. This doubles for both the fans and the power supply. Pulls right out from the front. And then an integrated fan filter in the top panel. I mentioned earlier about the swinging door that covers the back panel of the motherboard tray. For those of you that, like me, that do like cable management, there are tons of cable tie downs in the back of this case. Looks like it's actually really easy to cable manage everything, including your top buttons here that have all of these different cable management trays. You have a bunch of cable pass-throughs up here for the fans, and then you have multiple cable pass-throughs for all of your EPS, 24-pin, and all of your cables like that. Some other things to mention on this case is this whole back section is designed for cable management. You have a couple cable tie downs here, and it is inset quite a bit, so that way you can plug all your cables in and route them through these cable channels. Well, that is my unboxing and review of this case. I feel this case is really cool looking. should provide some awesome builds for people who want to build in it. For me, I'm going to end up using this system to build me my new live streaming PC. I have all the parts to do it. I just need to get everything together and actually start the build on it. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of this review, what you think of this case, and just everything in general. I promise that these unboxing and reviews will get better. This is kind of, me first going into them, just full head. So I'm a little nervous doing these things, but we'll get better at it, and we'll catch you on the next video.